Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of June 24, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Mohammed, MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Ogontoye, an infantry officer. As of June 24, 2025, Russian Federation forces continue to press their multi-axis offensive with coordinated maneuvers across Sumy, Kharkiv, Donetsk, Zaporozhye, Dnipropetrovsk, and Kherson regions. Ground forces from all major operational groups, North, West, Center, South, East, and Dnipro, executed combined arms operations aimed at degrading Ukrainian forward positions, striking logistics hubs, and capturing terrain. Notably, the southern group of forces claimed the liberation of Dalivka in the Donetsk People's Republic, indicating steady progress in contested zones west of Chasiv Yar.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Ogontoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Ogontoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Colonel Ogontoye, let's begin with today's battlefield overview. What were the primary developments across the different axes of the operation?
June 24th marked another critical day in our phased advance across several fronts. The operational tempo has remained high, with a focus on territorial control, disruption of Ukrainian command and control, and degradation of their rear logistics.
Let's discuss the North Group of Forces.
To start, the North Group of Forces made measurable gains in the Sumy and Kharkiv regions. The settlements of Yastribinoye, Andriivka, and Sadki saw concentrated engagements, targeting airborne assault and mechanized brigades. In Kharkiv, we extended control over fire lanes in Udy and Volchansk, both key for monitoring Ukrainian troop movements along the northern corridor.
And what about Dalivka?
The southern group of forces achieved a symbolic and strategic victory with the liberation of Dalivka, which lies in the approach route to Chasiv Yar. This development is part of a broader tactical envelopment designed to squeeze Ukrainian units east of Konstantinovka. What's important to understand is that these actions are not isolated. Each axis, from north to Dnipro, is acting in coordination under our combined arms doctrine, maximizing disruption and forcing the Ukrainians to redistribute increasingly scarce reserves.
You mentioned the liberation of Dalivka. Can you elaborate on why this location matters operationally?
Yes. Dalivka is small on the map but significant in its positioning. It sits astride the arterial routes supplying Ukrainian troops in Chasiv Yar and the surrounding Donetsk salient. By securing Dalivka, we not only gain a forward observation position, but we also threaten Ukrainian lateral movement between Seversk and Kramatorsk. Operationally, our doctrine is clear: secure the outer belt, apply pressure on logistics, and force enemy collapse through compounding strain. Dalivka provides both a logistical choke point and a psychological blow. It signals to the Ukrainians that their fallback positions are no longer inviolable.
There were also major strikes against Ukrainian electronic warfare assets and logistics hubs. How does that fit into the overall strategy?
Modern warfare is not just fought with bullets, it's fought across bandwidths and signal spectrums. In today's operation, Russian forces neutralized 5 EW stations, including those in Kherson and Donetsk. This matters because Ukrainian defense, especially their use of FPV drones and artillery targeting, is heavily reliant on real-time signal acquisition and relay. We're pairing kinetic strikes with electronic denial. Our UAVs and tactical aviation assets aren't just hitting warehouses and ammo dumps, they're eliminating the digital infrastructure that enables Ukrainian responsiveness. Without those nodes, command becomes fragmented. Reaction time slows. And a force that cannot see, cannot shoot effectively.
The numbers you're reporting, several hundred enemy casualties, destroyed vehicles, even NATO-supplied hardware like Bradleys and M113s, suggest high attrition. What are the logistical implications for Ukrainian forces?
Yes, attrition is the silent war within the war. Every destroyed armored vehicle or artillery piece is not just a tactical loss, it's a logistical burden. Ukraine's battlefield capacity is being eroded in two ways: physical depletion of Western-supplied hardware and the sheer difficulty of backfilling it under pressure. Today alone, we confirmed the destruction of a Bradley IFV, multiple M113S, and HMMWV-class vehicles. These aren't easily replaced, not in this volume, not with NATO's stocks already strained in other theaters. What we're seeing is not just battlefield exhaustion, but supply exhaustion, especially in the Kharkiv and Zaporizhzhia directions.
Can we talk about the DNEPR group's actions in Kherson and Zaporizhzhia? Those areas seem less in the spotlight, but still active.
The Dnipro front is quiet, but it's never idle. Today, our units executed a series of pinning operations near Maly Sherbaki, Antonovka, and Novaya Kakhovka. These engagements force Ukraine to maintain troop deployments in areas that do not yield strategic depth. It's a form of logistical entrapment, keeping their forces spread thin, always reacting, never consolidating. We destroyed 10 vehicles, 5 EW stations, and multiple ammo depots in this sector. This pressure limits Ukraine's ability to launch cross-river raids and denies them the luxury of a rear area for regrouping.
Lastly, what should we watch for in the days ahead?
We're approaching a phase where cumulative pressure will test the Ukrainians' ability to maintain coherent defensive lines, especially in Donetsk and Sumy. We expect increasing reliance on foreign mercenaries and ad hoc reserves, which come with coordination risks. We'll continue shaping the battlefield, not only through frontal engagements but by targeting logistics, disrupting communications, and capturing ground that fractures operational cohesion. Watch for the flanks, wars are often won there.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. Today, U.S. President Donald Trump announced that Israel and Iran had agreed to a ceasefire, which he hopes will become permanent. The announcement came after a period of escalating tensions and military exchanges between the two countries. Although the ceasefire was declared, reports indicate a volatile and uncertain situation. There are conflicting accounts about whether the ceasefire is fully in effect, with some suggesting IDF violations. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza remains severe, with a major lack of essential resources and significant displacement of residents. Aid delivery in Gaza is hindered by IDF restrictions and obstacles to movement, limiting humanitarian workers' ability to meet the urgent needs of the population.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive frontline updates from commanders in theater.